Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to On Purpose, On Purpose. Welcome to On Purpose, On Purpose. Yes. Welcome to On Purpose, episode 3. It is your boy, brother Drew. And tonight, I won't be before you long, as your favorite Baptist pastor likes to say. I won't be before you long. I just want to be really quick. I won't be long, but I'm trying to be strong. And tonight, we will be talking about the main thing we're going to be talking about is accountability and how accountability or taking accountability or self accountability helps you to grow as a person on this journey that we call life because it's so important. Uh, it's so important that this becomes a habit in your life. This becomes habitual because a lot of people wonder why life and why things go the way they go in a negative way in their lives, and it's because you're getting what's coming in is what you've already put out, right? And the faster you learn to accept that what you're putting out is toxic, then the better, and you recognize it and you address it, then the better life will be for you in the future, right? So let me like filibuster. Let's get into this. So accountability is the state of being accountable, liable, or answerable. In other words, what did you do? What part did you play in it? What did you do? What part did you play in it, right? And let me tell you something, especially you believers out there. Always something about the devil made me do it. The devil this, the devil that. The devil did not make you do anything. God said he provides a way out of temptation. It's up for you to take it. So when you do something, the devil didn't make you do anything. You're attributing more power to him than to the Holy Spirit. And that's just for you believers out there. You other knuckleheads, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all just it's just crazy out here. By the way, I'm back in the hood as you can see. So right down there where you see that banner flashing across the screen says my Cash App, Brother Drew, money sign, Brother Drew to you. You can help me get out of the hood because I don't want to hear these gunshots. These gunshots, I don't want to hear them no more. All I hear is gunshots. I hear T-Pain singing all the time, coming down the block, singing all the time, coming down the block. You be singing all the time, coming down the block. I'm back. But let's get to it though. Accountability, man. So we already said the devil didn't make you do anything. You did it. You did it. Look in the mirror. That's who did it. You. You did it. Right? So acknowledgement and admission. Acknowledging means look, I know that I did it. And admission is key, saying that I did it. We have to change we even have to change some of our language, right? So let's imagine you old knucklehead, you going to school, you decided that between second and third period, second and third block, I don't know how they're doing it in school now. I've been out of school for 18 years now. And you decided that you want to play in the hallway, talk a little longer than everybody else, and just lollygag on to class after the bell rang. And when you walk in there, your teacher gives you a tardy. You get a tardy slip. Now, this is how you change the language. When you explaining that to somebody, your moms, your pops, when you come home, you got to explain that tardy. You was at school. Why was you late for your class? Between second and third period. Why was you late? You can't say, oh, she gave me a tardy. No, you earned that tardy. Oh, I earned the tardy because I was in the hallway. I was talking. I lollygagged to class. I did that. Not she didn't give you anything. You got what you earned, right? So you have to change your language to start being accountable for what you did, right? Uh she gave me or he gave me an F on this test. No, you didn't study and therefore you earned an F on that test, right? That's accountability. That's beginning to notice that you are the knucklehead in your situation. You, right? So your manager at work, they didn't give you a late. You came to work late. When you get fired because you had 9 occurrences, you earned that firing. You earned it. You did it. You came to work late 9 times. They didn't make you come to work. They didn't come to your house and slash your tires. They didn't come to your house and hit the snooze button for you. They didn't come to your house and tell you not to get out the bed right now. They didn't come to your house and told you to do whatever it is that was extra that you was doing that kept you coming to late, kept you coming to work late. They didn't do it. You did. Ain't nobody got time for that. And that's what they told you. After you got that occurs, they said, ain't nobody got time for that. You got to go. You're not dependable. It's you. So this accountability, man, it's paramount. It's of paramount importance. So we've discussed that this life is a journey, and this journey is a multifaceted journey. Excuse me. This journey has different obstacles that can cause impediment. It means cause you to slow down, cause you to stop. And it can show you to be weak, or it can show you to be strong in different areas. There are ebbs and flows. Nonetheless, it's still the journey. And you have to walk it out. And you have to take accountability for your actions. One important aspect of this journey is being able to accept being held accountable. There's a scripture that says, iron sharpens iron. Have you ever sat back? Because a lot of people think that this is just barbershop talk, or you and I building a conversation about some history or something like that, and we're just making each other stronger about history or something. But this says iron sharpens iron. Have you ever thought about what that sounds like? Have you ever thought about what iron sharpening iron sounds like? It's not a good sound. It might be a little loud. So when we say iron sharpening iron, that means as a brother, as a sister, there's a level of accountability that I'm gonna hold you to. And you, as a brother or a sister, there's a level of accountability that I expect you to hold me to. And why do I say that? Because those who truly love you will hold you accountable because they want to see the best things happen for you. Those who couldn't care less, by the way, everybody, the saying is couldn't care less, because that means you can't care any less. It's not I could care less, because if you could care less, that means there's more less for you to care. But there's people who couldn't care less about you, about your growth, about you, your elevation. And so they won't hold you accountable. They'll tell you that everything you're doing is okay. They will affirm your nonsense. They will affirm your toxicity. They will say, oh, it's okay. That's cool. When in reality, it's not. When in reality, you know, you might have hurt some feelings. When in reality, you're always late. When in reality, you don't work hard. When in reality, you make everybody else suffer for your action or inaction. But the person that doesn't love you or care about you is going to tell you that it's okay. And guess what? Ain't nobody got time for that. And not only do nobody have time for that, that person needs to stop the cap. Because they capping. They capping. Right? And so the person that loves you wants to see you improve. They want to see you make better moves with your life. But you, in your mind, have to begin to accept that people are going to do this. The people that care about you are going to say something about you that's critical. And here's the thing. Let's put it like this. Anybody that's a parent, a brother, a sister, a loved one, especially growing up, like if you got aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, mother, father, whoever, authority figures in your life. Authority figures in your life will give you a whooping, not because they don't like you. They will criticize your behavior and give you a whooping, not because they don't like you, but because they want you to stop the behavior that is a detriment to you. That is a negative movement for you. That is a negative path for you. So, hey, I'm going to give you something that you can remember. So next time you think about doing this nonsense, here, think about this whooping. That's love. But if your moms or your pops just says, "Oh, okay, son, it's okay, cool," they understand that y'all make mistakes, but there's always a price to pay for your mistakes as well, and that's what needs to be known, and that comes through acknowledging that you made the mistake. But those who couldn't care less about you don't care for your improvement or your subsequent growth and elevation. So it will behoove you to take time for an introspective inspection. A lot of times people wake up and they look in the mirror. Some people look in the mirror several times a day. They love themselves so much they look in the mirror several times a day. Some people might look in the mirror once a day. But guess what? People look in the mirror and they're able to see this reflection of themselves. Here's what I would challenge you to do is a place the mirror to your spiritual self. How do you look internally? Are you toxic? Can you see toxicity? Are you ugly on the inside? Are you treating people bad like that? Look at your inner reflection. Look at your inner reflection. Challenge yourself to do that. Look in that mirror. Take an introspective inspection and look closely. Think about the past. Think about why you can't keep interpersonal relationships going. Why is everybody running away from you? You see, this is of paramount importance. You have to do the work. And the only way you're going to do the work is you have to clock in. You have to clock in and do the work. You have to see, maybe I'm the problem, right? See where the toxic traits are coming from that can cause problems and do the self-improving work it takes to get rid of them. When you do this, when you look into that, when you do that introspective inspection, and when you look into that internal mirror, then questions should arise within you. Like the first question I asked, is it me? Am I the problem? What did I do? Right? What role did I play in it? Right? Why can't I keep people around long? Why do I see all criticism as negative, even constructive criticism? Why do I see all criticism as negative, even constructive criticism? Emotional damage. Fellas, y'all should be really good. Y'all should be really good with accepting criticism. Y'all should be really good with that. Unless, of course, you are.
Are you a beta male? Beta! 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 Beta!
Shots fired. Grow up. Grow up. Me too. I had to learn this the hard way. You have to look. And you cannot improve if you don't acknowledge what needs to be improved. Criticism, constructive criticism is good for you. And when we say Constructive criticism, that comes from the people that love you and want to see you do better, not the people who couldn't care less. Just think about construction. Construction builds up, right? Now we might have to deconstruct some stuff first. We might have to raise some stuff first, and then we do construction. We build back up. But criticism, nonetheless. And you have to be able to look at that criticism and not participate in projection. Projection is a psychological word and it's a psychology word or psych word. So projection, this is where instead of acknowledging unacceptable thoughts, feelings, behaviors, we attribute them to someone else. I'm going to read that again slowly. Projection. This is where instead of acknowledging unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or behaviors, we attribute them to someone else. This is when you receive criticism and you say, but him, but her, instead of internalizing the criticism, taking what it was right then and there, and saying, thinking about it and saying, dang, this is me. This is what I do. Let's go to the drawing board. Let's get it together. Instead of taking it in, take it and you project it or you deflect it off to something else. You were the one. Remember, you were the one in the hallway playing in between second and third period. You were where you weren't supposed to be at. You like at class, but then you turn around and say, "Oh, that was John John out there. He was up there talking to me. He had me in the play chokehold, and he kept me back from walking to class. That was John John. Nope, that was you. Why was you even over there about John John? Go get your book out the locker. Walk to your class. Simple as that. Get you a drink of water, whatever you got to do in between your break. You don't even need to be over there by John John. You can socialize with John John, doing seminar class, after school, before school, gym class, whatever. Get John John's phone number, whatever. But you want to play with John John in the hallway. And so now you're late. But when you get there, instead of taking responsibility, you project and you deflect. You deflect and then you project to John John. Let's put the spotlight on John John. That's what it is. It's a spotlight. That spotlight puts projection on somebody. It projects to somebody, right? John John did. John John had me in the headlock. He wouldn't let me go. I told him, let me go. I got to get to class. Let me go. Because you know John John ain't going to class, right? When you get home and your pops heard that you was in the hallway playing with John John instead of going to class, you know pops wants you to get that education. He don't want you to have no tardies. This is what he going to do in order to hold you accountable. Get in that room, boy. What business you had up there? Come here. Come here. Get in that room. What was you doing? So first of all, you let John John put you in the headlock? Why was you even over there by John John? Man, come here. That's what he's going to do. Right? Then we begin to rationalize. Rationalize is this is an attempt to use incorrect explanations to justify unacceptable behavior. That's the same thing as you John John. John John put you in the headlock. You weren't supposed to be there in the first place. You weren't supposed to be by John John. Stay away from John John. Go to your locker, get your books, get a sip of water, go to class. Get to class early. Do the right thing. You know what? We make fun of, in a society, we make fun of people who does the right thing. How goofy is that? We got names like Teacher's Pet or Brown Nose because they're trying to get a good grade. But it's because early in life they understand that if I do this right now, and I'm not being a hypocrite because I was terrible in school, but there were kids who understood if I do this right now, I'm going to build my life out a lot smoother than those kids who over there acting like idiots. But I'm the one that get made fun of. But when I'm 25 and they 25, we're gonna be in totally different places in life. But they took accountability early in life. But the problem is now is people need to know that it's not too late to take accountability now, no matter what age you are. There's a lot of issues that come from lack of accountability. There's even like this thing called adult child estrangement, where adult children don't deal with their parents because they figured out that there was things in life that their parents left them out of that they should have told them about. Like let's say parental alienation. You got a parent who have been searching for their child, and the other parent is telling the child the whole time that this parent doesn't care about you, don't try to send money, they don't try to contact you. Meanwhile, the other parent is trying to contact the person who is sending money and is wanting to love on their child. And so this child gets old enough to where they're able to look out for it for themselves, and then they find out the truth, and then they become estranged from the parent that raised them because they're pissed off because they've been lied to their whole life when they could have had the other parent in their life the whole time. Accountability or lack thereof, toxicity, right? So here's another question you should ask yourself. Why do I brag about my cutoff game more than I brag about my retention game? You could brag about how you cut people off, but you can't, you have no brag in you, no boast in you about how people stay around. How people you were cool with, you were once cool with, and now you're not cool anymore. And these can be short-term and long-term relationships, interpersonal relationships. You can't brag about retention game, but you can brag about cutoff game. And you think that's a flex. Y'all crazy. Y'all think that's a flex. Y'all think a cutoff game is a flex.
Emotional damage.
Terrible. Y'all think a cutoff game is a flex. Terrible. That's not a flex. That's goofy. That means you can't keep people around you either for your attitude or your inability to accept that maybe you hurt people. Maybe you're toxic. Right? Or your reputation precedes you. Whether you know it or not, people who have encountered you talk about their encounter behind your back. And it could either be positive or negative. But either way it goes, your reputation precedes you, right? So if you have a reputation for being toxic, remember that precedes you. People know. And you are like an infection. You're like a sore. You're like a sore that goes unaddressed for too long. When that sore goes unaddressed for too long, it becomes an infection. And when it becomes an infection and it goes unaddressed for too long, it becomes sepsis. And when it becomes sepsis and it goes unaddressed for too long, which could be a short period of time, it will lead to a demise. If your toxicity is unaddressed, if your toxic behavior continues for too long, it acts as venom. It's poisonous. Nobody wants to be around you. But if you take accountability for this toxic behavior, you have a responsibility to address it. And that is the anti venom. That is the anti venom. It's when you accept accountability, and you address the problems, right? So one thing is bravery. Bravery is courageous behavior or character. It takes bravery to hold yourself accountable. It takes a coward to not do so. Why? Because you don't want to admit that you're wrong. To admit that you're wrong is to be brave. To For me to say, "Oh, my bad, I'm wrong. Let me address this behavior." Uh, that's bravery because you may have had people that looked up to you, and you had this facade people, and people looked up to you and thought you were just this great person, and now you have to admit there's times and there's areas of life in this journey where you were wrong, but that takes bravery because you might think that now that those people that were looking at you a certain way are going to look at you different, but that takes bravery. It takes character. The healing process, number two, the healing process, right? When you take accountability, it starts the healing process. We talked about the parental alienation thing, the adult child estrangement. When that parent begins to take accountability and apologize and say, I was wrong for all these years. I know I can't make up for them for doing that. But guess what? I apologize. I'm deeply sorry. I'm so messed up that you were hurt. Let's start to heal this thing. Let's not be estranged. We got life to live together. We still have life to do together. And now we can include that person that I kept you away from that whole time. But let's fix it. But it takes healing. You gotta take the accountability and start the healing process. Now, a lot of people like to talk about now, um, trauma that goes around the internet. People talk about trauma, mental health, illness, and all that stuff, which is fine. These things are very legit. But when people say, "I'm like this because this is how my parents were," "I'm like this because of generations of trauma and all this stuff," the fact that you know that tells me that now you are able to address it. It's in your conscious, you're cognizant of it, you're able to address this. But some people will rather hold on to that and continue to be toxic and continue the cycle because that can be used as an excuse now. Oh, I'm like this because my pops was like this. I'm like this because my mom's was like this. I'm like this because this goes back generation after generation after generation. I'm like this because of that. And so now every time you do something crazy, you can blame it on that. Instead of taking the hard route, the brave route, and saying, you know what, let me address this so that it won't go on to the next and the next and the next and the next. Let's snap the cycle, right? Let's start a healthy process. Let's let's learn how to let's forget about arrested development. Let's free our development. Let's have very good problem solving skills. Let's have conflict resolution skills, right? Let's learn how to talk this thing out. Let's learn how to talk through this. Let's learn how to work through this and get through the traumas. But we have to address them, right? And that takes bravery to start to heal. Um, Street life has a short expiration date, and so you can give that up now, and then you can start the right way, the work life. It has a longer way. It has a longer expiration date because it's designed for self improvement, and self improvement is a part of the long haul. When you climbing this mountain, there's going to be areas where you have to stop and address some stuff, get some rest, think about it as you continue to travail up this mountain. Um, Dare to be better. Don't use deflection tactics. Don't use projection. Dare to be better. Get better. Start acknowledging. Get better. Don't be like Adam. Adam was a project. He used projection. The woman you gave me, she did that. That's what he said. That's what Adam said. The woman you gave me. But knucklehead, you were given a command. Should have followed that command, irregardless of what the woman did. You were given a command. So you don't get to say, the woman you gave me, she did this. Nope. Just acknowledge it and do the right thing. Acknowledge it and start to fix it. I saw a video, my boy posted it. Man tries to tell the woman that her tires on flat, but she thinks that he's trying to talk to her. Well, she keeps driving with the car and the tires on flat. Boom, 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 boom. That's what her tires gonna start doing, and then eventually, boom, 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 skid. She's driving on the rim because she didn't acknowledge her pride got in the way. She thought dude was trying to talk to her. But if she didn't have so much pride, she would have acknowledged that her tires on flat. She could have stopped right then and there, called AAA, whoever, got the tire fixed, and continued to drive. Nope. Drive down the street, ruin the tire, ruin your rim. Now you out of a whole lot of money. You have to acknowledge the problem. You have to address the problem. You have to take care of the problem. Some problems are bigger than others, and it's going to take a little while longer to get them fixed. But you still have to do it, right? Or else you're going to continue to have
emotional damage.
Let me take a break for my singing. You have to take accountability for your action. Take accountability for your action. Take accountability for your action. Take accountability for your action, man. Man up, woman up. Let's be better. Let's be better. Let's be better, man. It sounds simple. I know it can be complex. This is a very complex thing because people have huge issues. But let's be better. We got to work towards being better. So my last thing on accountability is we may have intrinsic value. We may have things that we can affirm ourselves for. We can have affirmations for that's intrinsic, right? You can figure out some of those things on your own. But there's other affirmations that we have to earn. There's people who will wake up in the morning and tell themselves all these affirmations that are not true, like they're so-called speaking them into existence or so-called manifesting. But the problem is you have to do the work. You have to do the work. Earn your affirmations. Don't wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, say I'm a hard worker, and go to work and then be trash at work. No, go to work hard, and then wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I'm a hard worker. Um, don't get in the mirror and do your affirmations and say, yeah, I'm fit. No, go to the gym, work out, get down to the size that you want to get to, and then affirm it. Because then you're speaking truth to yourself. Then you acknowledge that you had a problem at first, and then you're speaking the actual truth, right? Don't just don't lie to yourself. We lie to ourselves too much. Earn your affirmations. A lot of people don't want to earn stuff these days. Earn your affirmations. Well, you know what? You'll earn that F and then go, like I said earlier, and then go say that somebody gave you an F. You'll earn that. You'll earn that tardy by being to work the late or being to work late or being to class late. You'll earn those tardies. But when it comes to earning something good, you don't want to do that. You just want to say that I'm good already. Stop lying to yourself. Do the work. That takes you away from doing the work. It takes you away from doing the work. Do the work. Don't lie to yourself.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cat right now. Stop lying to yourself. When you get up and do your morning affirmations, make sure you're affirming stuff that's really true right now at the current moment. Don't make up stuff and say it and act like you're telling yourself and it's gonna make you do it because you could still be a lazy bum trash at work. Talking about I'm a hard worker, or you're an entrepreneur. You could be a lazy bum entrepreneur doing your entrepreneurial endeavors, right? So stop lying to yourself. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
It's your crazy self. Just messing with y'all. So earn your affirmations. All right. So now let me hop into this next segment real quick. Let me see if I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to do a screen share. Let me see. Give me 1 second as I work through this.
I think the best thing would be to start with a job.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
She needs a job. And I think it would be great if you volunteered some more at the
Fair
soup
use.
kitchen. You could do some great volunteer work down there.
I did that.
No.
I started with a babysitter. I think my first job was at IHOP.
Well, you don't pay me to babysit. She makes me babysit for free.
She doesn't need a job babysitting. She needs a job in the world.
I agree.
No.
She doesn't need
Absolutely
a job at home.
not.
She needs a job in the world.
Sorry.
You need a job.
No, I don't want a job.
Well, I know.
It's so much work.
But
I'm so tired from work. I don't want to do that.
Y'all see that? Oh man. So now I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt because that was because she was like spoiled. She don't want to do any work. She don't want to work hard. But did y'all know that there was a such thing called ergophobia? Ergophobia. That is a fear of or aversion to work, right? So you see how she's crying and whining and I don't want to do any work, blah 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 blah. That's because she's lazy. She don't want to do any work. She thinks she doesn't deserve to do any work. She's been spoiled her whole life. And there's a lot of people out there like that right now. There's a lot of people that think that they just deserve stuff. Like they don't have to earn anything. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do anything. And those are those type of people. But actual people who suffer from ergophobia, they're actually like scared to work because of something traumatic that happened at work. So let's say I work on a construction site or something, and a piece of construction equipment hit me, jacked me all up, and I got hurt. So now when it's time, if I'm able to, if I'm not completely disabled and I'm able to go back to work, I may be scared to go back to work because of what occurred at work, that traumatizing event that happened at work where I got hit with a steel bar or something, or I fell off the second floor, or, something like that. Something like that. So that's ergophobia. It's people that scared to work because they cannot, or because something traumatizing happened to her or happened to them. I used that video because I found it funny the fact that she was really up there crying her little eyes out. She had emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Because she's lazy and doesn't want to go to work. And that's a sad existence because if she continues down that path, the future is looking quite dull. The future is looking quite dull.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So, the next thing I'm going to talk about in this segment, let me put my glasses on. This is just a question. It's just a question. Wipe them off. Wipe them off real Have you ever wondered if Stevie Wonder was actually blind? Have you ever wondered if Stevie Wonder was actually blind? Let me sing Stevie with some auto tune. Hey, 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 let me sing a new song. Sing a new song. Anyway, let me show you something. Let me go back to my screen share. Give me a second. Let me play this music while y'all wait. Let's listen to the one that Shaq was doing first. Let me see.
There's no way this
Don't
is true.
do it.
There's no way this is
Go ahead. I know what you're going to ask me.
You think Stevie Wonder can see?
Listen.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Listen,
about? That's the craziest thing ever.
I'm saying we lived in a building together on Wilshire Boulevard.
Wait, all right. Okay, you lived in a building with Stevie.
With Stevie, okay?
All right.
You used to have to drive to the bottom underneath to park your car.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming to the first floor that day.
Mhm.
It goes down because when I got in, I didn't press the button. So it went down first. Stevie got in. I'm standing in the corner. I didn't say nothing. And he looked over and he's like, "What up, Big Diesel?" And he turned his head, hit his button, and got off. Listen,
Come on.
I'm telling you what happened. I don't know if I was smelling from practice that day, but he just turned around. "What's up, Diesel?" Hit his button. Yeah.
There's no way.
Man, you hear that? He said that man pushed his button, got on the floor that he's supposed to get on. So let me
Playground.
Yeah, we're going to the playground. Have fun.
let me go to the next one. Hold up. Let me go to the next one. Hold up.
You think I've never been to the playground?
Shop
Are you
Best Buy and experience the magic of giving the perfect gift.
There's no way this
Don't
is true.
do it.
There's no way this is
Go ahead.
Let me see. I'm gonna find one more. Real quick, and then we're gonna call it good. This is a quick one. Look at this one. Stevie caught the mic. Stevie got the mic stand. I think that's what they're trying to show. He caught the mic stand. Anyway, look, I ain't got too much to say about it. It was just a question that I had if Stevie can really see. But as you can see, you got these celebrities talk about he can. So I just want to show y'all. I want to show y'all that real quick. But uh, anyway, I'm almost done. So oh yeah, I want to tell y'all waste management. Hold up. A lot going on over there. Give me 1 second. One oh two. For those of you who are into investing, I just want to tell you that I bought some stock in waste management. I didn't know that waste management was as lucrative as it is, but let me read this to you. This is from a curious minds want to know. So it's just some facts that you might not know about. But Waste Management Inc. was the leading American waste management company in 2021 with 14.5 billion in revenue and 42,300 employees. Trash is sure gold for this company. So, if I was you, I'm not, but if I was you and you do investments, you buy stock, I would get into that genre of stock, waste management. Buy something, maybe in 10 years it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be popping for you. That money gonna grow. So that's what I want to give you on that investment real quick. And then the very last part of the show, give me a round of applause. Because I'm not capping for the masses. I'm just keeping it real. We was talking about keeping it real with yourself. But segment 3, we just gonna start. And what I want to it's quick motivation. And I just want to tell you, just start. Just start. Let me take my Stevie glasses. Put these on. Put these on. Let me look clean real quick. Let me look like somebody from the 70s who's hanging out, kicking it on a Friday night. You hear me? Yeah, I like that. Okay. So just start, right? Sitting up waiting. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone else to steal your idea? Are you waiting for somebody else to go forth with your idea? Are you waiting until you're not afraid? Are you waiting until you're comfortable? Huh? Because if you are, I'm booing you. Because I want to see you win. But the way for you to win is for you to actually start playing. Right? The way for you to win is for you to actually start playing. Huh? So are you waiting until you're not afraid? Are you waiting until you're comfortable? Guess what? You have to find comfort in being uncomfortable. You have to find bravery in being afraid. Do you keep saying tomorrow like you know it's going to come? Do you know the date that you're going to die? I had to start the show. I don't know nothing about no podcasting or none of this stuff. I just want to talk. So I had to start the show. Just want to start the show. I just want to motivate people. Just want to help. I want people to help me. If you know some stocks and bonds I can invest in that's gonna run it up, let me know. Right? But you keep saying tomorrow like you know it's gonna come. Guess what procrastinating is? Procrastination. Procrastination is a burial site for your goals. Might as well just take a shovel, pick up your goals, shovel them on into that hole of procrastination. It's a dark hole. Dark hole of procrastination. The time is now. Just start. Go forth with your work and your talent. Stop playing. People done already told you you're good at something. People done told you that you could draw. People done told you that you're good at being a comedian. You're funny. People already told you that you got good videos. People already told you that they like your fitness videos. People already told you that they like your t-shirt designs. People have already told you that you're good at doing nails. People have already told you that you're good at designing stuff like cars, that you could be an engineer. People have already told you that you have a heart to be a nurse. People have already told you that you're smart. People have already told you that you're talented. And you've already known it. You've been knowing it for a long time. Not being prideful, but just knowing, right? but you wait like you know that tomorrow's gonna come. The problem with saying tomorrow's gonna come is when that tomorrow comes, you're gonna say, I'll do it tomorrow. And then when that tomorrow comes, you're gonna say, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And it'll be a perpetual cycle until not only are your goals buried in that grave of procrastination, but now your physical biological body is buried in the grave. Right? And you will have no legacy. Nothing you really are remembered by. Besides, if you got family, obviously they gonna love you and remember you, but you had something to share with the world. You didn't share it. Right? So what are you waiting for? Now, of course, there are things that need planning. Yeah, there's things you got to plan, but there's some things you just have to start. Some things you just have to get to it. Right? You just got to put in that work. You got to put in that pain. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to fight through fear. Right? The concept can't stay in your head year after year after year after year after year. At some point in time, it has to go from internal to external, where it can be seen, where it's tangible, where it's touchable, where it can be picked up, where money can be thrown at it. Stop being afraid of failing. We all fail. Failure is a part of the journey that we discussed. It's a part of the journey. But you have to shift your perspective. You could take that L off a loss and lift yourself up. Staying down is a choice, but getting back up is the right choice. Staying down is a choice, but getting back up is the right choice. So, I implore you, gentlemen, ladies, just start. Just start. Wait no more. Time waits for no man or woman. Get to it. You got to get to it to get through it. Push through the hard times. When you in deep water, swim. Swim. Make the hard thing habitual. Make doing the hard thing habitual. Pause. Make that exercise session second nature. Make it a part of your life. Make that living, not diet, living, make that just a part of your life. Make apologizing. See, you think I'm just talking about, and initially I probably was, but now I just thought about this. Make apologizing when you're wrong, and it goes back to accountability. Just make it a part of your life. It may feel fake at first, but just do it. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Just make it a part of your life. Make it second nature. Get into a routine of doing it. make being on time. Just start. Some things I understand is I'm late for some things, but for the most part, nope, I got to be there on time. Maybe even early. Just start. It doesn't become a habit until you start, and then you do it again, and you do it again, and then 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 you do it again. Just start. It can't stay a concept. It has to become a reality. Excuse me. Just start it. But anyway, I'm done for tonight. And again, right there. If you watch this back, Cash App, $ brother Drew to you. Give me about the hood, man. I'm tired of hearing gunshots. But anyway, I love y'all. I really do. And this is why I do this stuff. Deuces.